Kevin, I appreciate you coming out today and helping me with the wiring harness and shedding some light on the green engine, transmission, electric motor, and the lithium-ion batteries. How do you think that's going to help us with our limo trucks?
Well, I think we could notice a return on your investment doing that with a 30% reduction in fuel. Right off the bat, these don't run for free.
Yeah, no, they're pretty expensive. I average about 12 miles to the gallon.
Well, imagine getting a 30% increase on that.
That would be 16, 17 miles a gallon?
Yeah.
That would be great. What's it sound like when the engine's not running?
It's smooth. It's smooth and quiet.
Really?
It's quiet. All you hear is a road noise from the tire.
We got a lot of real estate on the roof of the new limo truck. On the Baja top, I got an area of 5 feet wide and about 18 feet long. You think we could implement some kind of solar panel on the roof to help charge the batteries?
Sure, we could do that and be a collector and then keep the batteries stored all the time. So when you go out and you fire it up, you don't have to wonder if the batteries are dead. Just a small amperage draw would all it be. One solar power would put enough, 3-4 amps in there to keep a trickle charge.
Now, could we draw 12 volts?
Sure.
Off that 380 volt battery?
340 to 380 volt battery. Yeah, we could draw 12. What there's an inverter also set in under the step. On one of those trucks, there's actually an inverter. So as the generator is running, or as the transmission is going, it's regenning the battery also, and it has 12 volt electrical source.
So that thing's always turning?
That generator is always turning when you're going down the road. Okay, that's what actually on the end of the crankshaft, when the motor fires up, turns the generator and spins it. Then you're running on all electric.
So we got our dash, the steering wheel. I put the speedo.
Yes.
Is that cool? Is that what
that is perfect. That's exactly what I wanted.
All right, good. So I put the speedo in line with the steering wheel.
Perfect.
And then, of course, the dash is continuous, just like this. But down low, I built a console. It's at my friend's shop. He's punching holes in it. In the console, I'm going to put our switches in to control the windows, the lights, the headlights, and everything else.
That's a neat way to recycle stuff that doesn't go in a landfill, or reusing it. I envision maybe building something green next time. What do you think of that?
I would love to do that. I think my vision at Stretch American Steel, a lot of it has to do with recycling of the old classic American pickup truck parts, wiring, axle housings, pretty much for whatever I can get my hands on it, a salvage yard or a junkyard or anybody's backyard or front yard. Maybe your front yard, you got something cool there I can get from you.
That'd be great.
Let's see what Kenworth's got in their back there. I think the green thing's going to really help.
I do. I think it's saying Kenworth and PACCAR as a division, they've gone a long way to get this thing kicked off on lithium-ion, recycling. Most of the stuff that we do, we recycle all our batteries, all of our oil, all our filters. We clean up, and we try to leave less of a footprint on the environment. Door panels look great. What'd those come off of?
These here?
Yeah.
For stock.
So they were reused. We reused off of a different thing.
I recycle these. These are off of like 4 different trucks.
What do you think green is a color?
I think forest green.
Forest green.
Real deep forest green color, the metallic.
There you go. That'd be nice to work with. Nice, deep forest green.
I think if we use recycled parts, body parts, axle housings, wiring, probably not all the wiring, some of it we're going to have to get new, that's for sure. But I think the majority of what we're going to do, I believe that we can recycle. For example, the seats in this limo truck and the old limo truck are out of the 2000 and 2002 Dodge Caravan minivan seats. And the reason I use those is because there was a great abundance of the seats. And you're wondering why there were so many seats in the salvage yards, because it's the most wrecked vehicle on the market. Why is the most wrecked vehicle on the market? It's because mom's driving around with the kids in the back and yelling at them, not paying attention to where she's going. She's rear-end somebody. That's why the seats in the back are always good.
Just another day of building.
Look at that.
You knew what size that was, didn't you? Yeah.
All right, what we did in the other limo truck is we spliced the seats together to get the long benches, and they were still functional where they fold down so I could clean behind them.
That's great. I think what you're doing is fantastic, reusing what we can, rebuilding things, not putting it in a landfill, then recycling all your scrap out back when you're done.
Yeah, the copper, the steel, the aluminum, pretty much any ferrous or non-ferrous metals that comes through my shop here, I don't throw anything away. I recycle it.
Right here, this is our air conditioning wiring. This is going to allow us to put our air conditioner in. So this needs to be strafed around to the front because we still need to do the condenser.
Well, which way is this going to fit? It's going to fit like this?
Just like this. Your PD box is going to go right here. This is where the PD box, power distribution box.
No, power distribution box on this end.
Oh, this is ECM, okay.
ECM.
So here we go
I
here.
thought you were the wiring guy.
I am, but I ain't got my glasses on.
Yeah, you do.
This goes to the PD box.
That goes to the firewall.
Okay. This needs to go down to the ECM, and we need a ground.
Okay, we ground on the starter.
Engine.
Engine ground.
Ground on the engine.
How is the green hybrid engine going to help me in my limo service? You know, in the sense of what's it going to do for saving money and things of that nature?
Well, the first thing I think you're going to notice, and your passengers are going to notice, is quietness and the diesel smell. Remember the old one, kind of all the way at the back end? You get a little.
The old city buses.
The old city buses. You ever smell that? I mean, it stinks. So that's going to be the first thing you're going to notice is happier customers. The other thing, a quieter ride where they don't have to listen to the engine. Okay. Second thing is your return on investment in 3 years, you're going to pay for it. Okay. Figure 30% on your fuel savings. Think of being able to go to the pump, not put so much fuel in. Think of extended oil changes where you're not going to be running that engine as much.
So Kevin, tell me about this alleged new green semi truck that's supposed to be the new thing.
Well, there's no alleged to it. It's out in production.
How does that work? Start with the beginning of the
Okay.
whatever engine there is.
What they have is they have a PX8 engine and a PX6 engine. It's the same engine that you see here.
So it's like a Cummins ISL 8.8 liter, okay?
Exactly, that's our PX8, and the PX6 is like the ISV.
So if the average guy asked you what you were talking about, could you compare it to like a big brother of a 5.9 and a Dodge diesel?
There you go.
Okay.
For the average guy, 5.9 on steroids.
What kind of steering box is that, Kevin? Seems how you're a parts guy.
Well, that's a TRW HFB 54.
There's something wrong with you, man.
It's made by Ross. 30 years in the business, that's why I know that. It's also called a hydropower.
Hydropower, is that a good box?
It's a very good box.
Okay.
It's good enough for a school bus. Safe
How do you
enough.
like my drag link steering?
Man, I'll tell you what, that's one of a kind. Yeah, on a monster truck.
I know, I think it's going to work real well.
I like the way you chromed the pitman arm too. Well, I hope we did some good today on this and got you going on.
You did. I appreciate all the hard work and the integrity and the thoroughness of thought that you put into the harness.
I appreciate
I've never
that.
ran into anybody that had so much broad knowledge of a wiring harness that looks so simple with all the sending units and connections and the way things need to behave together. I just had no idea that, you know, one person could actually understand all that, because I don't understand it hardly at all. I can fabricate built-ins out of steel and, you know, figure out the geometry of suspensions, but when it comes to wiring, I'm glad you're here.
Well, I'm glad to be helping, man. I'm part of the Stretch American Steel team.
You are.
All right, bud. Thank you.